Alrighty guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Nwadei MMA, where I give you my thoughts, but more importantly ask for you guys' thoughts because you guys are the MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu, combat sports community, and I like to hear your thoughts. Not really my opinion that matters, right? I'm just the guy giving opinions and giving analysis, and you guys are the ones judging them. So feel free, judge, have fun, grab your drinks, and let's get right into it. So today guys, we're going to be talking about the chances that Francis Ngannou has against Tyson Fury in their upcoming boxing bout on October 28th, so it's a couple months away. We're giving early thoughts here. If you guys like hearing MMA news, fight reactions, fight analysis, and all kinds of things like that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe as well to the channel. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be completely honest in this video, alright? So if you guys don't like my honesty or you don't like hearing the truth, then go ahead and click off this video. But if you are willing to be open-minded and explore my thoughts and opinions about this, then I think we're gonna cover some ground here. Now, in order to give some background about this whole deal and how this thing came to be, Francis Ngannou was the UFC heavyweight world champion. He knocked out the greatest heavyweight champion of all time in Stipe Miocic after losing to him the first time, and he had this meteoric rise through the sport of mixed martial arts. However, he was having a lot of contract negotiation issues with the UFC. It wasn't really about the money. He wanted some things that the UFC just wasn't willing to offer. Part of that was to be open-minded about him wanting to do a boxing match, and for some reason Dana White and the UFC was not having it. So here we are today. Francis Ngannou left the UFC. He joined the PFL, one of the biggest organizations in the US for mixed martial arts, and they are open to co-promoting boxing events and things like that. So Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou is happening, and a lot of people have a lot of mixed opinions. So now that we've given an overview, we're gonna go ahead and talk about and break down what Ngannou's chances are now. Now, we do have to keep in mind that Francis Ngannou is coming off of a knee injury, right? He tore his ACL and MCL, I believe, in the lead up to his last title defense against Ciryl Gane, a phenomenal striker, and still managed to go all 5 rounds and beat Ciryl Gane in a decision in super impressive fashion, considering he was literally fighting off of one leg. That's some pretty crazy shit to do. So we know he has mental toughness. We know he came from the gutter, which is gonna play a big part in the chance that Francis Ngannou has against Fury. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, who the hell thought that this was a good idea? Ooh, Tyson Fury? Okay. All these boxing analysts talking about Francis Ngannou doesn't have a chance. Y'all are really twisted. Y'all are twisted, and guys, keep in mind that the one thing holding boxing back from being the biggest sport on earth, even in today's day and age, is the media, because majority of the media members don't actually train the sport, and everyone thinks they know about fighting, especially when it only involves 2 hands, right? You hear a lot less people talk about MMA because there's a whole grappling portion that they don't have any of an idea what's going on, but in boxing they think they know because everyone assumes they can fight, right? Biggest and worst thing about boxing is the media. So all these people are talking about Francis Ngannou doesn't have a chance. Oh, he's too slow. Oh, he doesn't know how to box. Oh, he only has power in 4-ounce gloves. Well, let me tell you something. Everyone wants to talk about Tyson Fury's elusiveness, his boxing savviness, the people he's beat. Oh, he's beat Deontay Wilder. Oh, he's beat Vladimir Klitschko. Oh, he's beat him and him. But the thing we have to remember is that this is heavyweight boxing, right? It only takes one. Now, Tyson Fury has rose from the dead a few times, so we know he has a chin, we know he has a heart, we know he has the determination and will, but we also know, because of that fact, that he is hittable. Now, I don't know where everyone got this idea that you can't touch Tyson Fury, one of the most basic punchers in the game of boxing, Deontay Wilder. Now, he has a nuclear option in his right hand, but still a basic puncher. Touched Tyson Fury multiple times, dropped Tyson Fury multiple times. So if Deontay Wilder can throw a 1-1-2 and catch Tyson Fury, what makes you think that someone who's been boxing for 10 years, maybe not exclusively for 10 years, but he's been boxing since 2013 is when he started his martial arts training. He's been boxing for 10 years. You don't think he can land a 1-1-2? Now, okay, some of y'all are still hating. And to make all of this even more entertaining, Mike Tyson is training Francis Ngannou. One of the best deliverers of power of all time is teaching Francis Ngannou how to land that bomb that he has. And it's not just in one hand, but he has bombs in both hands. Now, Teddy Atlas came out, he said that all Francis Ngannou needs is a delivery system, because when you have this, generational power, you're born with that. It's just something that not everyone has, right? Francis Ngannou has that generational power, and it's not just in 4-ounce gloves. I'm sorry to say it for all you people who think a 265-pound man of pure solid muscle forged from the sand mines of Cameroon doesn't have power in, 12-ounce gloves, 10-ounce gloves. You're crazy. So let's talk about Francis Ngannou's advantages. We know Tyson Fury is going to be the better boxer. We know he has the boxing savviness. We know all of this. However, some of you are discarding the fear that Tyson Fury has in his body. But if this man had no fear, then he would have accepted the 4-ounce gloves in a cage like he originally suggested. Why didn't he accept those terms? Why is it a boxing match in a ring and 12-ounce gloves now? Oh, okay. So we understand. So Tyson Fury knows what he's getting into. He knows that he's going into this match against a extreme puncher who's gonna come at him from angles that he might not be used to seeing, just because he's coming from MMA version of striking into a boxing ring. And he also probably didn't expect that Tyson was gonna be training him to get inside the pocket and deliver his power. Now, Francis Ngannou is more athletic. He has the speed advantage. He has the power advantage. He's not gonna have as much cardio as Tyson Fury, but is he gonna need it? That's the big question here. Yes, we know Tyson Fury will be able to outlast him. He outlasts everybody. He's able to take everybody to decisions, but will he make it all 12 rounds? That is the question. And so when you think about Francis Ngannou who's been training, like I said, in boxing, in martial arts in general, for 10 years. Those first 2 years that he was training in martial arts, in the hardest sport in the world, in the sport that is the easiest to lose it in the world, it took him 2 years to make it to the UFC, the pinnacle of MMA. Keep in mind, 2 years of training, not just since he started fighting, but of training to make it to the pinnacle of the hardest sport in the world. That's interesting. Okay, and we go a little bit further and to say that Francis Ngannou, it took him 3 years of training to make it to the absolute pinnacle of the sport in fighting for a UFC World Championship. Now, yes, he did lose to Stipe Miocic, but if you hear him talk about it, he was barely even training. He was in over his head. He was cocky. He needed that loss, so he got the loss. He came back stronger. He defeated more opponents. He came back to Stipe Miocic, and he defeated Stipe Miocic via knockout, via a very composed fight in which he showed he could wrestle, he showed he could box, he showed he could be composed. And now you take this same human being and you give him a full training camp only trying to land the best weaponry in his arsenal. We talked about having a nuke, and then we talked about needing a delivery system. Mike Tyson training with Francis Ngannou is like having a nuke and putting a scope on that fighter jet. That's the delivery system we're talking about. If you see some of the new footage that's coming out, Francis Ngannou's looking more fast twitch than ever. He's looking more explosive than ever. He's looking like he's using that 83-inch reach and getting inside the pocket and hitting everything fast and hard, and he's looking a little bit like Mike Tyson, and that's a scary sight. I mean, who let this happen? We forget that while when you're looking for opportunity, MMA is the sport for that, right? It's a new sport. People are gonna give you opportunity all over the place. Sometimes people get opportunities that they're not even ready for, such as like people like Francis Ngannou getting into the UFC with 2 years of training. Of course, he's not gonna be more experienced than people who've been training in martial arts for 10, 15 plus years. But it is the land of opportunity. It's like the America of sports right now. Right? Meanwhile, on the other hand, boxing, oh boy, it's cold-blooded. Everyone's trying to fight the easiest competition for the most amount of money. It's the pinnacle of the fight game. It's as brutal as it gets when you talk about that. How the hell did someone let Francis Ngannou get a guy from Cameroon who paddled his way across the 7 seas to get from Cameroon to Spain to France all the way to America? How did this man even make it here from the sand mines of Cameroon? Go look at his story on Joe Rogan's podcast. Tell me that isn't a man from the gutter who is accomplishing more than he's ever even dreamed. Getting a chance to fight the top dog in boxing? Who let this happen? A man with no professional boxing fights. Has boxing become the land of opportunity now? Is it not just trying to fight the worst person for the most amount of money? Or is that what Tyson Fury thinks he's doing? I think that the chances that Francis Ngannou can land his explosive power on Tyson Fury are as good as Deontay Wilder's chance. Deontay Wilder did it with a basic 1-1-2 that he made a career off of because he had that generational type power. Francis Ngannou's learning a little bit more than that right now. Not saying he has the composure of Deontay Wilder, or he's done it for longer, or that he's even a better boxer than Deontay Wilder, because it's just unreasonable to say that. But he has the power. He now has a coach who's giving him that delivery system, and he ain't gonna quit either. Like I said, he's from the sand mines, he's from the gutter. He's made his way thus far, and I don't see this as a stopping point in his career. I see this as a landmark. Tyson Fury is giving this man an opportunity. He bringing back on that word of 4-ounce gloves real quick, but he's giving this man an opportunity to make more money than he's ever made before, and I think it is a real opportunity. And even if he doesn't win this, right, he makes a whole bunch of money. It's good for Francis Ngannou. It only builds up the Francis Ngannou-John Jones potential matchup even more, or any of Francis Ngannou's next fights are pumped up even more. Not even depending on how this fight goes, more people are gonna know the name Francis Ngannou after this fight. But before looking past it, he has a real chance. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this fight. Let me know if you think Francis Ngannou has a chance against Tyson Fury, if anything I just said makes any sense, or if you're still picking Tyson Fury to wipe the floor with Francis Ngannou. Personally, from training years of martial arts, from training boxing to kickboxing to jiu-jitsu to wrestling, and understanding the chance that everyone has in each sport, Ngannou has a real chance. But that's just one man's opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed. As always, I'm out. Peace.